Hey everyone. So I hope you caught a few hours ago the astro update and energy movements that we're currently in. Even if you're not into astrology, it just helps you, and that's why I often call it empowering our week. So do check that out. It does make reference to weekly astrology, so if you've not seen that, check that out. I mean, you can put it on play while you're doing stuff around the house. You become familiar. Your latest readings are up, you know, they're still very fresh and valid. And you're probably sick of me saying about the mid-June to mid-July readings. But there's also an all signs reading that Spirit reminded me of in that update on the astro, that the messages in there are still very significant for most of the signs and most of you. So check your top placements. They're kind of like messages of what you need to hear right now, or guidance. So check that out. It was up about 7 to 10 days ago. I've linked it in that latest astro this week, but it is the latest sign reading. You'll find it probably, maybe it's around 7 to 10 days ago. I think around, yeah, around, maybe it's around the 10 days, given I've done all the signs now again. So today I wanted to try something different, and the reason I wanted to do this is because when I don't listen to the news, so when I heard this story, I had a feeling that it was like this should not have been a place to visit. And I'm going to read, I've not read any cards, I don't even know the full story, so you're going to have to help me out if I don't have it. It's about the Titan submarine that I believe took off in Canada with 5 people in it that are rich people. And the reason I know they're rich is because when I saw it on the news that they're looking for 5 people that are billionaires, I looked at the comments and some of them was talking about how rich they are. And that just felt so insignificant to me. They're humans regardless. Doesn't really matter. But when I heard of it, and the way I heard of it was, I saw the word Titanic all over the place. So even when you know, if you're scrolling through something, I was like, what is this Titan and Titanic? And that's when I read the title, and that's all I know about it and what I'm telling you right now. And I know that I think of, as of yesterday, day before, they'd heard noises in the sea saying that they probably can, it could be them. And then they heard, and now it's announced that they're probably dead. I don't know if they've found their bodies, so let me know if they have, because I haven't read into it, like I said. And there was a word that was used, like Titan, not explosion, but a word that was used. And so I don't know if it's just that they found the submarine in bits or what they actually found. If you know, let me know in the comments. But the reason I'm reading on it is because as soon as I read that title, something came to me and said, not that it's a protected place, but it's an area that should not be visited. It's an area that doesn't want to be visited, doesn't want movement, doesn't want, you know, what are they going for? They're going for riches. In essence, there's a graveyard there, isn't there? There's, you know, people have died there. What are they going for? Riches, to try and find more stuff that they can bring back and say this is from the Titanic. And it makes me wonder also why people along the years haven't tried as well. Why has it taken all this time? I'm sure people have, but it's not been something that you hear of yearly, like marine science is always trying to go every year. It seems like it's an area that is part of history, but it's not something that everyone goes to see. So for example, the pyramids is an ongoing thing that people go to see, and even people that have studied the pyramids, architects, tourists, it's always there to go see. But this seems to be, it's not something that's been opened for tourists or developed to be like an underwater tourism thing. You'll never guess what just jumped out, because what I was feeling was like there's possibly an energy portal. We're going to see what the card says, but I felt like it's just an area that the powers of the sea and the powers in the sea, or the power of the sea, the spirit of the sea, doesn't want anyone near that area or touching that area. Like maybe it's a portal, maybe, do you know, like the Bermuda Triangle? But I don't want to go down that route and say it's evil. Now the card that popped out is the Magician. And I'm just noticing, look, as I was saying, it seems like it's like a portal, isn't it? And there's water there. Now, on the classic tarot, the Magician doesn't have this. The Magician is standing with a wand in his hand. He's got all the elements on the desk, not a desk, but a thing in front of him. And he's standing. It's very interesting. I've chosen this deck, and this is what we get. And I feel that that is really signifying a portal. So what are the questions we can ask, right? I didn't want to read upon the deaths of the individuals. I do have some questions, and these are the sort of things that if we have a larger community of followers, so share the videos that I'm going to probably do live so that I can take your questions and we can dive into these topics, see what Spirit brings to us, and dive into other topics. So let's really grow the channel and get there. And if you would like those lives, let me know what time is best suiting you, because even if there's like, you know, 90% of you, I will do that. I mean, I'll do that for my subscribers. So let me know. The next card is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is like a breakthrough. This is, as soon as this has come through, as I see it, it's like a lesson is to be learned out of this. There's going to be a lesson out of it. Now, one of the questions I want to ask is that, is there a lesson? But I feel there's going to be more to this story. I feel like there's going to be more than just announcing these 5 individuals dead, which I don't know if they found their body. Maybe I should have read to get up to date, but I also don't want to come to something knowing the information while I'm trying to pull cards on the story. So the Eight of Wands, I really feel like there's going to be like a breakthrough, that, you know, some kind of news beyond what is currently sort of the end of the story. Sadly, may they all rest in peace. And this thing about them being rich and, you know, not giving them the care as much and the respect is just disgusting by some people, because they're humans and they've got loved ones. There's a breakthrough here. And I don't know if this is going to be that they find something while they're looking for the bodies, or, you know, there's going to be a breakthrough lesson, okay? And the Magician with this, okay, it's really... that is just amazing to me. So let's ask a question rather than me just continue to pull cards. Let's ask, is the Titanic area not a place that should be visited? Is the Titanic area in the sea where the Titanic drowned not a place that should be visited by humans? Please, Spirit. One card dropped out. I can't see it because it's... and I don't know how many these are. These are too much, so we're going to go ahead. One card's dropped out. Okay. More cards, please, Spirit. Please guide me. Please give us the answer. Should it be a place that is not visited by humans? Should the Titanic, where it drowned, where history is marked, be a place that's not visited by humans? I'm going to pull 4 cards. 3 have dropped out. One more, please, Spirit. Now the other thing with this, it was done on the new moon, which usually, I mean, if it was a full moon, it would be like, usually it's a lot safer than a full moon, but I think in the weekly astrology, I mentioned about Pluto and I mentioned about unexpected on one of the days. There could be unexpected. There was Uranus. There could be unexpected movement or something that comes in. I've got 4 cards, so we're going to look. Oh, interesting. 3 of Cups and 3 of Wands. I actually put the 3 of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. What I'm getting with this is that it was obviously, one second. Obviously, it was a group of friends, 3 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. They really meant a lot to each other. And they are, you know, were learning, wanting to learn. They were motivated. They were ready to do whatever it takes to get to the Titanic. And they all had this same vision. The 3 of Cups in reverse. Now, it came out, the way I placed it, because it was this way down, the way I placed it was reverse. So we're going to see how that resonates. I don't usually, but I felt it was significant that I placed it in reverse. When I turned it over, it was in reverse. But with that, it tells me there's a need to see a value of the relationship, of where they're going to the Titanic area. There could have been disputes and miscommunication among them. And there was a need to make amends. Now, in the upright, it really means that there's abundance, there's cooperation, there's joy, there's soul contracts, okay? So I wonder if these had soul contracts. So that's going to be my next question. But, so this is what we have, right? And if we have it in reverse, the 3 of Cups, while they were on the submarine or, you know, the Titan, they might have had some miscommunication. They might have had a bit of a fallout, a bit of a squirrel. But these are people that had a vision, that need to get to the Titanic. They were very motivated, excited to do it. We had the Knight of Pentacles, all right, really wanting to go after the abundance, the money, the resources. I feel at some stage they entered into high anxiety, really in panic mode, and really feeling not isolated, feeling captured and feeling stuck. And that caused a lot of panic. Now, this could have triggered the whole thing of miscommunication and a fallout. But ultimately, their vision was to go down there, even if it took some time, to really find possibly abundance, possibly like money and riches, jewels, as opposed to history, okay? The 10 of Swords really tells me that, you know, I feel there's something that happened before, you know, I don't really know what happened to it. And this is where I came to the reading free. But with the 10 of Swords, I really feel it's basically a painful ending, you know, and before the ending, there was a quarrel, there was a, you know, a disharmony of the relationships. And maybe it was to do with some of them saying, go back, return back. Some of them saying, no, we're going to continue. That's also what I'm getting. And that's where some of you, some felt, you know, a bit of a stab in the back, because we're friends and we agreed to do this as a teamwork, and then there's a split. And the 10 of Swords with the 8 of Wands and the Magician is really about a opportunity to find deep healing and an opportunity to find hope and resilience. But ultimately, it's a painful ending. And it most certainly is for their loved ones, you know. So it's probably a painful ending for those that maybe if they had the quarrel, like, I don't feel good about this, or we've had a sign that we should turn back. So let's read our next question, okay, we're going to keep these here as a bearing mind. My light, that light just went out, interesting. Just a moment while I put it on. Okay, I've put it back on. It's just the light to make it brighter with the camera. What I wanted to read is, was this their soul contracts, please, Spirit? Was this all 5 of their soul contracts? Was this their soul contract? All 5 of them. Four of Pentacles. High Priestess. The world. The world is completion. Yes. I feel like the soul contract and the lesson here is that don't hold on to your abundance. You should have had, instead of a direction of just focusing on the money, the riches, and your current state, your intuition was talking to you. This is for the people on board. Your intuition was talking to you. They had nudges. The Magician and the High Priestess is very powerful. And then the world is the close of a cycle. It's traveling down. It's a completion of their soul contract. Now, this could also mean that this was a soul contract of 4 of them. Can I have more messages, please? Before I say more messages, right? Okay, let's see if there's 4 of them that this was their soul contract. Does that mean, Spirit, one of them, there is a soul contract for the person's life to end. If all of them are dead as announced and not found, right? And this means like there's not a surprise finding of one of them. Is one of them still Ace of Swords? I said is one of them, and Ace is one. I think one of them, there's going to be something about one of them. And I don't want to go into that, but I want to say that this one person had a breakthrough of mental clarity through the High Priest, through their subconscious mind, and also a breakthrough in terms of communication. Now this person might be the one of them that said we need to turn back. And if they turned back, maybe that could have been a different story for this one person. Chariot, moving forward. Yeah. If they turned back, they could have overcome any of the obstacles. There is definitely one of them that felt like we need to move back. I don't care about what we can find. Our intuition for one or more of us is telling us and giving us signs. The world is a completion of their soul contracts. But there's one of them that, and I feel there's one of them that is going to come through actually. I think, you know, those that are psychic mediums that do that in terms of recordings, one of them might come through to speak, but they were definitely the ones that felt the panic and there's a need to turn back. and they felt it wasn't their time. And they felt if they did turn back, regardless of the situation they were in at the time, they could have moved through any of the obstacles that, you know, trying to get back up to go back as opposed to keep going down. And notice I say it, keep going down as opposed to arrived and we're going to look, keep going down. I don't know how far it reached. Did it actually reach down to the Titanic, to the area? But yeah, they could have moved forward. They could have reached a breakthrough. So now I want to ask, is this area not to be visited by humans? We got the Magician, and I showed you like it was a portal, okay? So I definitely think there's a protection there. There's something there, right? We've got this Magician. Now I want to ask, is this being protected by Mother Nature, spirit guides? Is there an energy protecting it? The Eight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So let me just sit on this for a moment. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I think I know what I'm getting. It's the Eight of Swords that is really speaking to me. And I'm going to get clarification on the Queen of Wands, but the Eight of Swords is feeling stuck. But if you look at it again, it's like a portal. I feel it's saying that that is a painful area. You know, why are you visiting it and making yourself get trapped and stuck in an area that has a lot of pain and still needs healing? You know, it needs healing. That area needs healing. Look at it and look on the outside. This is the inner. Why are you visiting this area? Getting yourself stuck there by choice. This is a card of where you're getting stuck by choice. And then we have, again, very similar. If you notice, Seven of Wands, there's a portal there. The cards really show portals. Seven of Wands is about determination to get where you want to go. Having the confidence. But again, I see these wands like a stopping, a lifting her, a stopping her, and there's a portal. I do think that it shouldn't be visited. I think there's something about it. And she's in a meditative state. If you know the Seven of Wands in the normal, if you know the Seven of Wands in the normal suit, it's nothing like this. It's a man with, you know, a wand, and I'm going to show it to you if I can find it. The Seven of Wands is also about challenges and protecting yourself and movement. So, you know, don't like, it's protecting, yeah, the area is protected. The area is protected. Protected from people coming into it. It still needs healing. It still needs healing. Hi everyone, sorry the phone closed because of the amount of recordings. So I'm not sure where I got up to, but I basically said the Seven of Wands, you know, it's like she's on a portal and this area is protected from, you know, being brought down. Again, I feel like this is stopping people. It's about vulnerability. It looks nothing like this in the other tarot deck. If you watch my readings, I use a lot of the original tarot, so you're probably familiar with it. I'll try and pull it up as well. But it's about vulnerability and overcoming obstacles. But again, that word vulnerability stands out to me with this. A place that needs healing. A place that is not to be visited. You know, I don't think there's been any healing work done in that area. I'm not really sure. And so you can imagine the energies that is there, maybe, possibly. But again, look, it's just, I can't be taken away from all this that's similar to portals. I mean, even in the Chariot, there's like a circle going around them like portal. The world, the completion of their story. They had signs not to do this, and I think there was disharmony between them at one stage to turn back. Some of them were so focused on the riches and what they can find that they didn't listen. Then we had the Queen of Wands, you know, which is about determination. But my question was, is this area protected? And so what I really want to know is, because I've pulled 4 cards for everything else, I should pull another card for the Queen of Wands as a clarification. You know, a 7 of Wands, grounding and protecting yourself as well. And that's what I was saying, is this area, should this area be visited? 7 of Wands, no, it's grounding itself and it's protecting itself. Page of Swords for the Queen of Wands. Just use history where you're passionate about finding out about it until it's a place that's healed and liberated. Use history, research, your passion, your drive about it. Go back to history, research, communicate on it, but don't visit it. Very interesting. One last question. I have one last question. And the last question is, because I feel like there's going to be more to this story and there's going to be a lesson learned, and we had the 8 of Wands on that. Is there going to be more to this story, dear Spirit? Is there going to be more to this story, dear Spirit? Is there going to be more to this story? If you enjoyed this and you want us to do more of these, please do let me know and I will do more, because like I said, you know, what I felt has come out of this. The Emperor. Is there more to this story? The Emperor card comes out. Just going to put some of these back while I shuffle. I'm going to use the original tarot deck. If the Seven of Wands, I'll show you it at the end. But the Emperor, leadership. Is there more to this story? I'm sensing yes. I'm sensing the person who will have more or a breakthrough. It could be this one person. This one person, out of them, I think you said there was 5. I think there's 5, if that's correct. There's one person that's definitely going to come through, but there's a lesson that will be coming out of this. Justice. There's a lesson. Like I said, there's a lesson. And there's going to be clarity. There is going to be clarity. And there's going to be healing. Healing, I feel, for... I think there's this one person that probably is going to be struggling. When they've found their bodies, if they find all 4 of the bodies, if one of them is still not found or alive or something, there's going to be a balance of justice around this. There's going to be clarity. There is definitely a lesson learnt, and this is coming through from a significant Taurus Aries placements. That could be one of them that comes through with a message. It could be someone who looks into this, someone who finds further story things. And 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is about the resilience. The resilience of probably what they've been trying to do to find the bodies, but the resilience of also feeling defeated. They found the bodies, or they have announced the bodies dead. There's a defeat here. And I think I'm still getting this one person of them that feels defeated. I feel there's an anger from them as well. 2 of Swords, of fear and resentment. There's something that's going to come through more to this story, or there's going to be an added thing apart from them being announced dead. I'm not saying that the story's not clear. Here we go, Ace of Swords. We had the Ace of Swords here, didn't we? And I said about a breakthrough in mental clarity, a lesson learnt, a breakthrough on new communication around this coming in. Some more news is coming in. And this represented one of the people that is either on there that was, you know, wanted to turn back, all right? Or will be coming through in a channeling if the person is dead. There's a significance about one of the people here, and there's going to be about the story. There's going to be a lesson learned, there's mental clarity, and there's breakthrough around this as well. I think this has been a very interesting reading, and I did it just to really see about, I didn't want to read about it earlier because I don't want to read if someone, you know, I know that people jump on topics to read if someone is, you know, past or living. I wanted to respect that, and that's why I'm not going too deeply in that. But after it was announced, I decided to do the reading, seeing as I got that gut feeling. Now, you can help me with information in the comment box, because I decided to keep my vessel clear about the story as well. And let's see how it develops, and let's see where it goes forward. May everyone who's suffered pain in this story, you know, receive love and blessings. And regardless of someone's status in life, if someone's lost their life, okay, may they rest in peace. Ciao. Let me know if you want more of these readings, and take care of yourselves. Bye for now.